Welcome to Lunch with Lee. One day late. Thanks, Facebook. So today we're talking about gas logs, which are extraordinarily popular. And we're going to go over the different types and what's the difference between buying them online, buying them at the big box store, buying them from us. What is the difference? So that is coming up next. Gas logs. This is a very popular subject in our area. And types of gas logs. The most common type of gas logs are vented gas logs that are put into a wood-burning fireplace. Now, customers all the time will call in and say, no, this is a gas fireplace. But the reality is those gas logs require an up-to-code wood-burning fireplace in order to use them. Therefore, that fireplace is still wood burning. It just has gas logs in them. And if you look into your fireplace and you have that little stick, it's called a log lighter with holes in it that you light to help you light wood, that's a wood burning fireplace. If you take that little stick off, which you have to be careful with because you can unscrew the gas line inside the wall. But if you take that off and you put gas logs in its spot, that's still a wood-burning fireplace, but they are gas logs. So there are also fireplaces that are not designed for wood at all. They're just gas alone. And sometimes that takes an educated eye to see it. So when people say, can I convert this to wood? The answer is maybe. We really need to come out and see it. Or if you had to make it a model of your fireplace, I can tell you. But there's also gas logs that are gas only fireplaces. They come with the fireplace. You don't buy gas logs and then put them in. It comes as a kit. The whole fireplace is gas. So those are basic two types of vented gas logs. There are also vent-free gas logs, which I'm not going to go over today. I've gone over in previous episodes. And if you would like, I will do another one. Just put something in the comments or let me know, and I will be happy to do a vent-free video again. But places to buy, and I'm talking about vented logs that go in wood-burning fireplaces, because that's what you see at Home Depot, Lowe's, all the big box stores. You can buy them online. The differences. If you go to Home Depot and Lowe's, you are going to get usually lower end gas logs, which is not necessarily bad. There's nothing wrong with them, but understand what you're getting for your money. You're getting something that's not going to last as long. The big issue comes from, are you going to install them? Are we going to install them? How are they getting installed? Because if we install gas logs, we're also going to make sure that the venting system, the chimney, the fireplace, everything else is working correctly before we put them in, because we don't want bad things to happen. If your neighbor puts them in, a handyman puts them in, somebody else, I'm making an assumption that they're not going to inspect that, which is mostly true. They're just going to put the gas logs in and assume everything's working okay. Excuse me. But that's the main difference as far as install. All of our installs are going to come with, we're not going to put something in that's not going to work. Because once we put it in, we warranty it. So if there's a problem with it, you call us. Now, if you put it in and you bought it online, you can call the people you bought from online, but you're kind of on your own. Because we've seen times where people put in vent gas logs in and the damper doesn't open correctly. And they soot up their house because vented gas logs are still going to put off soot. That's why they have to be in a wood-burning fireplace. So it's very, very important that the fireplace, the chimney system actually works. So what we do is we actually put a camera up. We look around. We make sure that there's no cracks, no holes. There's been no chimney fires or anything else. We're also going up on the roof. We're going to make sure that there's no water leaking in, that the top is actually open where air can come out. No one's capped it off. No one's put a screen on that's full of like layers and layers of pine needles on top of it, that kind of thing, because we want to make sure that carbon monoxide, soot, all that stuff, technical term, byproducts of combustion, get to the outside. It's incredibly important. That's more important than the logs. But often, handymen, stuff like that, while they could, or sometimes they recommend, a lot of times they're just going to put them in. Which, how do you know if your venting system is venting to the outside? Some of them kind of know what they're doing. So they open dampers, and that's good. At least they're doing that. They go on top, double check. But I can make an assumption, and it's pretty accurate after 17 years. Most people just put gas logs in and assume it's going to work. And that ends poorly. And if something goes wrong with the gas logs, who's your warranty through? Even if you buy gas logs from us, which you can do, just buy them outright, and someone else puts them in, quite often it's the install that caused the problem, because the gas logs generally don't. They're just what they are. So that's going through different types of gas logs. If you buy gas logs online, same issue, because you can buy really quality gas logs online, and then if you improperly install them, like any of the products that we use, it's not going to work out for you. And it's not the gas log's fault. It's the system to get smoke to the outside, or maybe your fireplace is not designed for gas logs. So it's a very, very important, and coming from our world, that before we put fire in your fireplace, that we make sure that everything's is gonna work correctly before we do that. Because if it doesn't, you're gonna call us back. And that's really why you will call us, is to make sure everything's going to work out well. It's going to install correctly, that if anything goes wrong in the past, you have a guy for that. You'll hear, and this was me at job sites, and a lot of my guys have picked this up too, which is after you install gas logs or fireplace or anything else, or fix anything, you'll hear them actually tell you, okay, I worked hard to get this correct. This is now my fireplace. If something goes wrong, you're using it, but if something goes wrong with my fireplace, you call me, because I want to make sure this works well for you. So that's our viewpoint on the whole thing. There's nothing wrong with any of the gas logs. There's nothing wrong as long as you install them correctly in the correct way, as long as you know what you're getting for your money. The ones from big box stores are generally going to be lesser quality. They're going to be on the cheaper end. Often customers too will not know if it's a vented or vent-free set when they buy it, because they sell both, at least in our neck of the woods. So when you go through us, you get a professional opinion on what size you should get, what would look the best. You get instructions on how to use it, so that we can teach you how to use it, what's good and bad about each option, that kind of thing. So that's all I have for today. If you like this video or want to hear other videos answering questions, like we said, vent-free, or if you want water leak videos, if you want how to light a fireplace, because I haven't done one in a long time, on how to stack wood inside of a fireplace to get it to burn efficiently. So if you're interested in any of this, please let me know. That's how I pick my topics, and I would be happy to take care of you and to get a video out, either live or recorded, or we can just have a Zoom meeting and we can talk about it. So I appreciate it today. Sorry it was a day late. Thanks, guys.